Okay, time to go into Fallout 4 again. I don't know why the text is so high up there. I don't give a shit. Uh, so, not to go over everything I've already talked about, I did 14 hours into and 30 hours in now. I really thought I'd play more of it. I was crazy addicted to Fallout 3 in college. First semester of college, not a good time to get addicted to a video game. Well, actually, probably the best time, really, and thinking about it. Okay, I still, in all my time with this game, have yet to find a weapon that I'm like, yeah, this is my weapon. And also, there's like none of them. They're either okay, this weapon's really good, or I ran out of ammo, or this one's does a lot of damage, but it takes like 7 years between each clip. I've yet to find something that I actually really like. I remember in Fallout 3 liking the weapons a lot more. Maybe I should do more modifications, but I feel like I should wait till I level up to do modifications. Also, I'm finding better weapons. I don't like. I'm a guy in an RPG who will finish the game with 800 revives, like, and just every potion imaginable because I'm saving for some inevitable apocalypse that never occurs. Um, so that I don't like to. That's why I don't like to upgrade any armor or weapons or whatever. Basically, everything I'm wearing is from the beginning of the game. I didn't think I'd be wearing the vault suit still 30 hours in. I thought I'd find another better piece of armor. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool to just always be like, I'm the vault guy. La la la. But in this section, I played a lot of the game in city areas. There's a lot of buildings in this game. Boston is a huge section of the map. And there's also this area right above that across the bridge that's Lexington or someplace. I think it's Lexington. It doesn't matter. But these areas are so boring to me. Like, I love exploring inside the buildings, and I love exploring the outdoor wilderness areas, like, the plane that crashes. That's awesome. I love exploring that. But inside the buildings, they're just, or not between inside the cities, it's boring. It's just not. And it's exhausting because it's like, did I go down this alley? No. Okay, I'll go down this alley. Oh, there was nothing there. Did I go down this alley? No. Oh, there was nothing there either. What about this alley? And it's like, it was so I don't know. There's something about it that's so much more interesting when it's in a building and unraveling what happened in this building at the times the bomb went off. Like this one that's actually being shown. Really good story moments in this the Cambridge Polymer Labs. That's a really cool set piece moment. And I just don't know. There's just so much city garbage here that I just don't. I'm not liking the city stuff. I like everything else, but the buildings are. It's too much. It's too dense. There's too many buildings. We'll get that. Oh, speaking of cities though, I did finally get to Diamond City. That is cool. Everyone was making about, oh, they worship baseball. And I'm like, they worship baseball? No, there's one guy who worships baseball and doesn't understand the rules, which is funny, sure. Also, it's like half the stadium. But the city's all right. It's got some cool quests going on. The story, which I finally, obviously, since I got to Diamond City, finally did more of the main story. I just rescued Valentine last night. And that's cool, that's interesting, that's going places, but I mean, 30 hours. I feel like I've explored so much. Like I already popped the achievement for find 100 places on your map. You see the map. Also, the map kind of sucks. The local map I remember being a lot better in Fallout 3, but it's probably the same. Anyway, let's go back to perks. Because I talked about the perks. I didn't like the perk system before. I still don't like it. I routinely wait until I have 2 so I can spend them. I'm always becoming over encumbered, and I don't know why now. There's about 160 something weight of bullshit on top of my stupid ass character, and I don't know how or why it happened. That's probably on me. I'm carrying too many weapons, which is stupid because I only use like 3 of the weapons, but I'm carrying 20 because who knows when I'll need this shotgun or that shotgun or this one. I'm an idiot, I know. That doesn't excuse the perks themselves that are baffling. I don't know, like, okay, it's like, oh, this one improves your small arms 20%. Well, can you give me non-automatic rifles by 20% damage? I'm like, can you give me an example of what the fuck that means? Because I am not a gunsmith over here. Non-automatic rifles. Like, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. But can you give me a list of weapons so I don't just waste a point here? And I don't want to waste a point. It does feel like wasting a point, even if I know what that category is. It still feels like wasting a point because I don't know. Is there something else that's better? But I keep looking through the list of everything and I'm like, all this is garbage. It's exactly what I felt with Skyrim. Is that all the skills and level ups in that game just are boring and stupid. They're a little bit better here, but not much. Like, instead of having 5 levels for your pistols damage, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100%, instead of doing that, why don't we make it 2 levels where it's like 30% and then 80%, and then just not have anything else for fucking pistols. Reduce the amount of skills you can get and make all the skills themselves more interesting, because they're not interesting at all. Like, there are a couple that are like the one where you don't get irradiated by water and you can breathe underwater. That's pretty useful because I died underwater once and I decided I'm gonna buy that thing. But this just leads to me, there's too many choices and there's just a bunch of garbage choices, except for lockpicking and hacking, which I want. All of that. I think I have 3. I have 3 perks I can use right now that I'm going to go and use. It's like, it's just exhausting to deal with. It's poorly implemented. Like, it's cool to see it all on one screen, but I have no idea, like, why does this take more intelligence than that? They don't have a natural progression because you're not leveling them up. Like, you can pick one that's 6 down and then pick one that's 4 down. You don't need to do it in order. It's less of a skill tree and more of like a skill pool. Like, it's like a ball pit. That's what Fallout 4's perks are. They're just a ball pit of just all the skills are in just everywhere. And I can't do it. That's too much for me. This show's gonna be fucking long because I'm gonna ramble on about all this other shit. Companions. That guy you meet from the Minutemen constantly, and everyone else does too, they just stand in doorways and I have to push them out of the way all the goddamn time. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of pushing these morons out of the way. I'm this close to just picking the perk that's like going solo. I'm like, yeah, I'm going solo. Or dog meat. Dog meat was never in my way. And when he was, it was like kind of cute because it's a dog. Now I have Piper. I'm not a big fan of the name Piper, but she's all right. That's the thing. I'm like lukewarm about almost everything in this game, and yet it is so phenomenal to play. Like, I just like wandering around and doing it. But there's a lot of problems here. Also, power armor, while we're talking about problems. Power armor, why would I ever use this? If I can't fight it, I'm just going to leave. Maybe I'll use power armor and fight that giant creature I found in the middle of Boston pool area. But it's just not interesting to use the power armor. You got to use your stupid power cores, and then you're slow, and then I still have my shitty weapons. I mean, I fought a Deathclaw. I couldn't fight him any other way, so I just put like 3 mines on the ground, literally the most powerful mines I had. Like, one was a bottle cap one, and one was like not the normal fragmentation mine. It was like a better one, I think. And I just let it into the 3 mines because I have no idea how to fight this thing. It's frustrating. It's frustrating that I love this game, but the more I play it, the more I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play this for 100 hours, and I'm gonna love it, and it's gonna have a lot of problems. But it's got so many good moments. Like this moment where I accidentally like solve a puzzle that wasn't really much of a puzzle, and I get a cool piece of power armor. That's cool. I like that. But it's the things, I heard this on a podcast, I forget where, but it's not there's no highs and there's no lows. There's just Fallout 4. And it's a constant, this is fun. I like this. But it never goes higher, never goes lower. Maybe there's a little wavering every once in a while, but that's it. That's it. And that's all I have to say about Fallout 4. Because I still have to talk about Star Wars.